What's up, you guys? Welcome back, or if it's your first time here, thank you so much for stopping by. Make sure you hit that subscribe button before you leave. Today, we are talking about the Scorched Earth attack in Clash of Clans, and this idea really kind of came to me actually in a recent multiplayer. I'm out looking for trophies, I find this guy's base, and I proceed to annihilate it, as usual. To be honest, you guys, when I am not experimenting, my attack log is, I would say, 95% 3 stars. Every now and then, I don't get a 3 on a Town Hall 12, and it's unusual, okay? It really is right now. Now, I expect things to change a little bit, but I will tell you that even with completely maxed out defenses and 100% max Town Hall 12, you're still going to get wrecked by Electro Dragons. That is in a future episode, I promise you guys. But also, in a past episode, I mentioned that it really comes down to spell timing and placement, meaning that any attack is going to fail if you don't have good spell timing and placement. And also, secondary to that, or maybe even more important than that, is troop timing and placement. Which troops you drop, where, when, and why makes a big difference in every raid. Well, what if we took those elements out of an attack, say with maxed out Electro Dragons? What if we just experimented, and instead of trying to be somewhat strategic, I will admit, you guys, these are still kind of spammy attacks. It is a 2-stage. You've got on this attack specifically the Heroic Siege Dive, where we went in and we took out the Eagle Artillery first. But then after that, it's just a matter of dropping down those dragons, making sure the spells are in the right place at the right time. But again, this is another easy 3-star. Lots of Electro Dragons left at the end of this raid. And the other attacks that I do where I'm using the King and the Queen last, usually they are still alive at the end and maybe near full health. Sometimes I can swag the King or the Queen's abilities. So yeah, not super challenging. So the thing is, well, let's test and exactly see how strong these guys are if we take out all strategy. Okay, we're going to take all strategy out of the following attacks after this one, and I'll show you guys exactly what I mean. So these are friendly attacks. I could do this in multiplayer, but right here, we've got Andy Tekken from Lost Phoenix and his anti-3-star war base. So maybe not the ideal example for what I'm about to do, but here we go. Scorched Earth in the corner, every single unit in the exact same spot, every single spell also in the exact same spot, and as soon as all the units and the spells are down, hit all the hero abilities, and you're done. And that's it. Nothing else to do. You're out of control of the raid. It's all or nothing. You could quit out of the app at this point if you wanted to. There's no point in sticking around. Obviously, we got some people that were spectating this experiment. But now, okay. So this is a village that's atypical, meaning it's not what you would typically see if you were in multiplayer, if you were trophy hunting. Because of the Town Hall being exposed, Andy is going to try to avoid the 3-star here in Clan War, which again is going to be tough because these bases are easily tripled by maxed out E-Dragons right now with maxed out heroes. But nonetheless, with nothing other than a Scorched Earth in the corner attack, you can see an easy 2-star. Not even close right here. And yeah, so maybe not the biggest challenge. And is this proof that Electro Dragons are OP? Well, I don't know about that. But I will tell you that I don't think you could probably do this with just about any other attack besides Electro Dragons and expect to have this much success at it. Now, before you go down to the comments and getting all mad at Galadon, hey, stop telling Supercell to nerf E-Dragons. I'm just working on them right now, and by the time I get them maxed out, Supercell's going to nerf them. Trust me, you guys, okay? They're not going to nerf them because of me, okay? I'm not the only guy that's doing this, and just because I make videos about this, you know, I'm telling you right now, and I've said this in previous episodes, Supercell goes about these things numerically, okay? I happen to know that, okay, I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure, okay? I'm pretty sure that they've got some servers back at their office where they can run attacks like this by the millions, meaning they can run simulated attacks and say, you know, they don't have to wait and have all the troops do this, because remember, all the troops are just code. Think of this whole as a big matrix thing, okay? Think of is you actually don't see those troops on the screen. It's just a bunch of numbers, a bunch of code running down the screen. So they can do that. They can take out the visuals and run just the code, and a 3-minute attack can probably be run in, 3 milliseconds. So they could probably run 1 million attacks in an afternoon. I mean, who knows? I'm not that much of a computer expert. They might be able to run 1 million attacks in 20 seconds, or it might take them 20 days. But either way, I've kind of gone down the rabbit hole on that one. But what I'm trying to say, you guys, is that Supercell looks at these things objectively, okay? They look at it from a statistical, numerical standpoint. Did I say statistical? Statistical? It's statistical, okay? Sorry, Mom. She would definitely yell at me for that. Statistical standpoint, okay? And what I mean is they're not going by the feel of something. They're going by if players are 2-starring maxed out bases, and you know that they've got weights in multiplayer, just like you have weights in war, to see where very high-level bases stand as far as how much defense they can put up. Now, this is another attack, me versus Legend, same Scorched Earth, and you can see we did not get the Town Hall this time. We're going to get a very high percentage 1-star, but we didn't get the Town Hall. So obviously, any sort of strategy right here, and we end up with a solid 2-star, or of course a 3. But here we're well over 80% 1-star with just spamming everything in the corner Scorched Earth. So again, don't blame me because I'm predicting it. You know I've predicted this since day one. In fact, I think I predicted it before day one. Like before these were even playable in global, in the regular game, I figured that we're going to see a nerf to E-Dragons. But remember, you guys, this is not the first time this has happened, okay? If you've been around Clash of Clans, you know. Okay, this happened to Hog Riders. This happened to Witches. This happened to Miners. It happened to Boulders. It happened to... It's going to probably happen to E-Dragons, and it'll probably happen to Rocketeer, or whatever the next troop is, whatever the next troop is. I'm not saying anything, okay? I didn't leak anything there. Okay. So, yeah. Honestly, you guys, they're strong. They're crazy strong. And the funny thing is, or the sad thing is, they're not that visually appealing and attacking. It's the one thing that annoys players the most. Speed. And actually, Supercell's talked about this in the past. As far as like a slow spell, freeze spells, they actually feel like slowing down gameplay loses player interest. And it makes sense. Do you want to play a game that's super, super slow? You don't want to listen to somebody who's super slow either. And so if you're playing, you don't want a game that's slow, and E-Dragons are annoyingly so. They just crawl across the battlefield. I thought Lava Hounds were slow. These guys are the slugs of Clash of Clans. But here's the thing. You expect them to raise the speed on these things? Then they would be absolutely just annihilators. I mean, it's just... They'd be so broken. They're already pretty broken. I already think that we're either going to see a reduction in the number of buildings they can chain lightning into, or a reduction in hit points, or a reduction in the amount of damage they do. Now here, you can see that we did choose a specific spot to Scorched Earth. Okay, going against AF's base, we didn't just go in a random spot. I went where I thought they would path towards the Eagle and towards the Town Hall. And it looks super cool. I mean, I love dropping everything right there and scorching the earth in one spot. But notice, the E-Dragons go off one way, the balloons obviously going out after defenses, the King's going around the corner, the Queen, of course, as usual, has a mind of her own, and she's going to go wherever she wants. But everybody headed in towards the core, and even with all the skeleton traps set to air, all of the defenses set to air, there's just no way to stop these Electro Dragons. A lot of players have theorized that there could be something else that could be done. X-Bows and Inferno Towers could do double damage, much like you saw the Eagle Artillery do exponential damage to golems for a while. I don't know. But it was really cool to watch the lightning from these Electro Dragons take out that Town Hall in the center for the 2nd star. And another high-level Town Hall 12 base falls victim to E-Dragons and Scorched Earth. And then the little baby dragon, the Barbarian King, trying to get to the magic number, can't get there. They fall 1 percentage point short, but nonetheless, a 68% 2-star with Scorched Earth. Pretty strong, in my opinion. So, hey, again, don't blame the messenger. I am just showing you this. I thought it might be entertaining to talk about it a little bit. I appreciate you guys. I hope that you found it entertaining. If you did, let me know down in the comments. If you didn't, let me know down in the comments. I love to hear all of your interesting commentary. Love you guys. Have a great day. Make sure you subscribe, be kind to other people, and of course, come back again tomorrow for more full attacks. Galadon, scorched earth. Isn't that what you do to your pants every time you eat beans?